Hello. Happy Monday. Um, I hope that everyone had a good weekend full of celebrating and things like that. Today, I chose to talk about kind of what I haven't talked about since I've left, which is the election in the States. And also, you can see I've had a home haircut a la Joe. It's not too bad. Mine looks far better than his. I was supposed to help, and I got very nervous. So, say la vie. It's just hair. But yeah, um, the election, Biden won. It's a huge relief. I was grumpy and slept very little all last week. Um, and it wasn't until after the election I had like the best night's sleep, like ever. Um, Construction noise. But I'm hearing from a lot of friends and family back home that, there are a lot of arguments and things like that with certain family members or a lot of conservatives still in their circles. This is from York, PA. This is not from Philly. And so I thought maybe I would make some kind of small video just about the election in general, kind of my thoughts and feelings on it. So, I mean, first off, I'm very happy to, well, the election process is stupidly difficult abroad. I mean, it should be very easy. Um, it's not particularly hard, but we had to spend 150 US dollars to send two ballots to Philadelphia just to ensure that they would be there on time. I'm very happy to have done it, considering that Philadelphia has kind of helped push PA towards blue, so it feels very worth the money. But still, it should just be a lot easier. And so, in regards to just general feelings about the election, I've scripted this a little bit more than I normally do. I'm very happy that they have won, but they are not perfect people. So it's a very mixed feelings thing, um, especially considering that the Democrats in the United States are very conservative compared to the rest of the world. So while I think that the social politics and the lip service is really good, I'm really going to have to, I'm hoping that everyone's going to keep the same fire that they've had for Trump and hold Biden and Harris accountable to really push America in a really good direction. I don't know how realistic that hope is, but we'll see. I had that hope last time with Obama, and then as soon as he left, Trump came to office. So I mean, it's just kind of a meter that's always going back and forth, and I don't really know how to fix that in America, to be honest. Which now I'm gonna kind of, yeah. So my feelings on America. I think it's really backwards. Like there's this hierarchy and class system, and it's really important to oppress other people, and you kind of like, yeah, you're just always putting someone else down in order to get ahead, and it's very work until you die, which I just, I used to understand at one point, but now I'm kind of like, I don't know, it's just not worth it. I mean, when I lived there, I was working full time. I was managing. Last job was managing a small restaurant, a takeout place, kind of, and yeah, like I worked constantly. I was very tired all the time. I got no breaks. You didn't get days off really. You couldn't get vacation necessarily, or you did. It was a big ordeal. All of my money went straight to Sally Mae, straight to bills, and it's just really crazy to me now because now I have basically, you know, a lot easy. The jobs I've had in the past here in Iceland have been much easier workloads. I get paid lunch breaks. I get paid vacation, and it's like, people are like, when are you taking your vacation so that we can deal with it around it? So the idea of like not being promised that now, I mean, I would never survive back in the States. But I don't know. It's just like this a culture of greed and consumption and selfishness. And I just don't understand how these ideas are so prominent in some place like this. There's no sense of community. Everyone's very worried about their own financial situation, and that's it. They don't care about their neighbors, or if everyone can eat or things like that. And it's because they think socialism is bad, which is, I mean, yeah, okay, I pay higher taxes, but I also have a living wage and healthcare, and if I want to go get education, I don't have to be in debt for the rest of my life. I'm not saying it's a perfect system here either. However, I think it's just common sense that you should want to take care of one another. Um, but you can't. I don't know how to explain to do that. I think as people get older, they kind of forget the core values of who we should be as humans that we learn in like kindergarten, of like share your things, take turns, take care of each other, and be nice. And it seems like those are just out the window for a lot of people in the US. And it's just kind of, what can I get out of this situation, and who can I put down to feel better about myself? That's not to say it's just about Republicans either. Like I said, I think Republicans and Democrats in the states, other than socially, are quite similar. So there's a lot of shit smearing on both sides. I'm seeing national headlines on CNN and Fox News, literally just addressing the other news company and just smearing each other. And it's just like, what? Just focus on what the fuck you're supposed to do. That's another thing about all these news sites. Half of the articles that are on like main headlines are opinions or analysis of data, and it's not truly fact. So it's just like, then it's becoming a he said she said. There's no winners in that situation. Um, there's also this huge thing about like we're gonna lose jobs in America, but first off, the focus on work is just crazy to me. It's not, quality of life in America is shit. So I don't know why someone is so focused on these jobs, but they're talking about like, oh, my automobile jobs, blah, blah, blah. There are so many jobs in green fields, that would create whole new avenues. It's really just that America is operating on a very archaic economy of like cars and um, oil and gas and all the things that are destroying the earth. And there are plenty of jobs that can be created and provide people with even better qualities of life. I mean, I just don't understand what they're fighting for. It's like these people are fighting for car factory jobs to live in a trailer and continue living in poverty. And it's just like, well, you're not getting ahead either. I understand you worked very hard to get to where you are. You might be making decent money, but at the end of the day, like, there's no, you're destroying the world. If we don't have a world, you don't have a job anyway. Um, and I just don't get this whole, like, they took our jobs, blah, blah, blah. The end result of that is just kind of, change is good, and it's scary. And I think America is just really, really, really scared of change, but I think it's gonna be necessary to fix things. Um, I had this so much more articulate in my head yesterday. It's always so funny. You sit there in bed and you're like, oh, this is so good. This is so good. And I even wrote notes. And now sitting here in front of the camera, I'm like stumbling through, checking everything, extracting it very slowly. I guess I was just riled up last night, um, because of the friends that I have that are dealing with Trump Trump people. But like I said, I don't think either side is good, and at this point, it's just name calling. So I think we just need to remember that, like I said, the core ideals of being a human, which are caring about each other, being nice, put out the energy that you want to receive back. I'm not being spiritual or anything like that, but I do think I was talking to Joe a little bit about, I guess, the ideas of reincarnation. I just think it's funny that, like I said, as we get older, we forget these core values of uh, what we should be doing, like sharing and caring about one another. And then I wonder if we pass away and we get reborn as this baby who knows all of these ideals of how to share and all of that, but they forget motor skills and how to talk. And so then they learn those abilities and then forget along the way, uh, the core ideals, and it's just a cycle. Um, I mean, we can talk about, I'm not going to be able to fix America in 15 minutes, first off. And secondly, uh, yeah, I mean, we'll just see. We'll just see what happens. It's all like a reality show these days, which is very strange. I feel like life in general is like a reality show, and nothing seems too far fetched or strange to not be true or be true. Or so at this point, I'm just like, well, bring it on, another day. I was going to go into another part of this video talking about America and their fear of immigrants and my experience as an immigrant. Um, but I will get into that in another video. I think I'll cut this one a little bit short. Anyway, some thoughts and feelings about the weekend. After feeling very refreshed, sleeping very well, also having less itchy hair to keep me from sleeping well. So, yeah, I feel good. Let's see what today brings. What the next reality show antic happens. But fingers crossed that things continue smooth sailing and I can continue sleeping well. Ciao.